Hello guys, once again it's Matt, and today we have another video. Thank you all the members of the Patreons. Make sure to subscribe and let's get into it. And yes guys, the battle rating changes have been implemented, so let's take a look on some of them in the hangar over here. The first thing that you will notice is that yes, the F-15s are still in 12.3, which I find it very funny, to be honest. But yeah, I mean, I guess it's not as good as an F-16, right? But yeah, it's weird, but I mean, I guess it makes sense. I don't know. I'm not gonna talk too much about it. But still, F-16C, as you see, went to 12.7, which is pretty interesting. The German MiG-29G also went to 12.7. So yeah, the thing that I was talking about, it doesn't make any sense that the SMT was 12.7 and the G variant wasn't, because they are pretty much the same aircraft. I mean, they have little changes. The SMT is heavier, but it has more fuel, and it has more radar, but still the N019 radar here on the G variant, it's still pretty good with the missiles that we use in it. So yeah, in the future, when, for example, an SMT receives the R-77 or something, yes, then I would see something like the G variant going to a higher, like a lower BR than the SMT, right? But yeah, other than that, nothing too crazy that we can talk about. Of course, in the USSR, both the SMT and the Su-27 went to 12.7, which, I mean, it makes sense. In the French, the Mirage 4000 went to 12.7. Of course, in the Chinese, the 12.7 was the J11. We can see here clearly that the JH78 is also going to 11.7, but there are some interesting changes over here. The F5E is remaining at 10.7 instead of going to 11.0, so they went back to the change that they were going to do with the F5Es. Also, the J8F as well, I mean, it's still at 11.7. That makes sense, I think. It's an aircraft that doesn't have a very good radar. It doesn't have BVR, so yeah, it makes sense. It makes sense. Then an interesting change over here was the Mirages. So the Mirage 2000-5 still went to 12.3, but the C remained in 11.7. I think that's a very odd thing, because the 2005F, although yes, it is better, and this might be because of the ground attacking role that this aircraft can actually do as well, but it is they're very much the same aircraft right now. Before the 5F actually receives the Mika, it's going to be pretty much the same, right? Of course, you can take more magics and stuff. I'm pretty sure the 2000C cannot. Let me just check this. Yeah, it cannot, but still, it is kind of weird, but I guess it's fine. It doesn't matter too much, I guess, right? All the aircraft that got changed, of course, the Barak. I mean, yeah, that was like for sure going to happen. The Mirage 4000 as well, 12.7. And the Gripens, of course, went to 12.7. So yeah, this is indeed an interesting change. Another change that they did was to severely increase the BR of the Harrier GR7. It was at 11.0, if I'm not mistaken, or it was at... No, it was 11.0 in simulator battles, but now it is in simulator battles a BR of 11.7 as well. So that is another change that was interesting. The F104A and G for China got their BR changed as well. The A got changed only in simulator. Oh, sorry, only in simulator, going to 9.7. So as you can see right here, and then the G variant went to 10.3 in the realistic battle rating. So yeah, very interesting to see that. Another aircraft that got changed was the A29. So where is it? A29B. It went to 7.7 instead of 8.0. And then we got the tanks. The tanks, they were pretty much the same as before. They're like two little changes, or three little changes if you will. The first is that the Strela actually got a even more increased BR, you know. So apparently they will increase the rank to a rank 7 of the Strela. in 2 weeks times. So I don't know what will happen in 2 weeks time, but yes, it will be a rank 7 vehicle, and they increased the BR to 10.0. So this is a good change, I think. The other change was that the T20 got the M93 APCR, and then a lot of the M60s and M48s and stuff got a change to their reload. So all of them, you know, I'm gonna list all of them over here. M48, A1, A2C, the Magak 1 and 2, and the Merkavas 3D, 3B, 3C, 4, LIC, the 4B and the 4M, they all got a new reloading rate. So they're now reloading a little bit faster, all of these things. So you can see, for example, let me just show one of them. Here you can see that the reload is a little bit faster. It's not by much, but it is indeed a little bit faster. And then they changed it, let me just check, to S25M. So yeah, the Sprut M got new rounds as well. So now it receives the BM60 at 10.0, which is kind of scary, and then changed the ATGM that this thing was using. And that's pretty much it. You know, it was some interesting changes. I still think that the F15 at heart should be 12.7, but I guess maybe they're preparing the round to actually have the C variant added with Fox 3s or anything like that at 12.7 or 13.0 or something. So I don't know exactly, but if you have an F15, now it's the time to actually fly it, to test it out, to see if it actually is getting some down tiers, because if this thing is getting down tiers, it will dominate everything. So yeah, but I think it will be on the mix. It doesn't matter what happens, right? It's too close to the top tiers to actually have a proper down tier, so it doesn't matter at the end, I think. But we're going to test it out, and I'm going to do videos testing the new BRs in the upcoming days, okay? Including some of them, I think, today, okay? I see you guys on the next one. Make sure to subscribe.